It's Wednesday, and you know what that means? It's Dynamite. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. Early in the morning, alright, holiday bash. Get your Christmas trees out, get your candy canes out, get the tinsel out. I tell you what, do anything than watch this show. Let's dive into it. We're in the entertainment and sports arena in Washington, D.C. Didn't see any entertainment, I just seen gymnastics, which ain't really a sport, so it is what it is, brother. But yeah, a lot of praise I'm seeing tonight for Dynamite. Oh, they're so brave holding it in a small arena. This just felt so indie, honestly. The rampway, there's a bigger time for me to stand up here and go to the toilet, man. Go to the bathroom in the house than what there is from the actual entranceway to get into the ring, which I think is pathetic. But we had a commentary team of Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Matt Menard. I think Schiavone is absolutely horrific, by the way, on commentary. And I think when you actually listen to these shows, you hear that. He's a very good interviewer, and he's a good voice to have for certain things, but play by play, colour, never worked for me. Never. First match though, we have the downgrade. We have the Mercedes Monet downsize, whatever you want to call her, taking on Anna Jay. She beats Anna Jay clean. What does that do for Anna Jay? What does that do for you? I tell you what, it doesn't really do anything for me, to be brutally honest. Mercedes Monet just burying a bunch of people. It's like they don't know how to build people up. It's like you've got Mercedes Monet, Mariah May, and Tony Storm, and that's it. Like you get Mina as well, but I mean she doesn't nowhere near the other three level. You can't build any the other people up if they can't beat the three people on top. You know what I mean? You look throughout wrestling, man. Whatever period, it's like unless you were like the GOAT, you would have lost the guys in an attempt to put them up a wee bit further up the card, but Mercedes Monet's not going to do that. And again, like, how long is she going to hold on to the belt? Seriously, I have no idea. Moving on, though. I thought Up Next was awful. You had FTR backstage for Cash Wheeler's house. Cash is like, we don't disagree with the Death Riders. Guy can't string a sentence together, right? He's like, you all saw it. You all saw Collision. You tried to poison Orange Cassidy. We all seen it. Yous all saw it, right? Hold on, Cash. How about you wheel that in? Alright? Haha, do you get it? Because he's called Wheeler. Anyway, right. We all saw it, mate. It was the lowest feud collision in the history of Collision. So, no one saw it. Alright? No one saw it. So how about you reel that in? FTR's like, we don't know why we're getting so much hate from Moxley and co. All we did was stop them from killing a guy. Well, you're probably getting hate because they wanted to kill him. That's probably what they're going for here. Dax points out that the doctor can't clear them until January 1st. So, until then, peace. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Just an awful promo. I mean, these guys saying, top guys out. These are not top guys. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I mean, I say I'm sorry to burst your bubble. These guys don't believe they're top guys. And if they do, well, it's a mental illness and not really much to say. MJF comes out. Hanukkah, whatever. Basically says Santa's no real. Buries the Washington, whatever, I can't remember, the Washington Wizards, he buries them. Then he whips out a doctored photo of Adam Cole. Honestly, didn't really register it was doctored at first because Adam Cole looked as yellow and as skinny as he ever's been, but yeah, his arms were like, his arms were like the eye of a needle. Fucking, that's how thin they were, non-existent. But Adam Cole then appears on the big screen. Oh, right, brilliant, aye. Oh, and by the way, this is about the time I'm going to batter you, Max. Max is like, what? It turns out Adam Cole's in the ring. He kicked him. Super kick. Good night. MJF rolls out the road. Boom. MJF also whipped out a QR code to scan for the pay-per-view, World's End, which I just thought was pretty poor. Then Jamie Hayter appeared with a message to Julia Hart. I'm going to serve up a dish. Best served cold. Revenge. It's just like, right, these two... Would these two not benefit for actually getting put over against like Mercedes Monet alongside, Anna Jay? Just women that have done nothing over like the past 5 years. And they'll never be able to amount to anything if they won't be given any time with the top belts. It's pathetic. Anyway, second match, Patriarchy with Mama Wayne and Kip Sabian against Hook and Shibita. I like Christian. Hell, I love Christian. But you know what? This ain't happening. This ain't happening in the slightest. Crowd was absolutely dead for this. Oh, who knows what's going on here. Christian wins. We move on. We then had a video package. King of New York, Chris Jericho, up next. Right. This was just... You know, actually, see, before we even get into this, Shivani said earlier, I think it was the MJF at Cole thing, he was marking it. Oh, that's a holiday bash moment. He does this every week. His commentary is gash. Jericho riding yellow taxis going across the Brooklyn Bridge. Hey, once upon a time, I was the king of the world. Yeah, when you were beating Rock and Austin the same night, now you couldn't even buy a win against fucking a bunch of flabby old Japanese men. How the mighty have fallen. Anyway, Mariah May tells Thunder Rosa, bring your daddy. Does being a failure running your family? A Tijuana street fight, brother. Shivani then welcomes Ricochet. This was weird. Ricochet's taking on Ospreay at Christmas Collision Saturday, which is taped. We've already talked about the spoilers. I'm sure it's on the channel, so go check it out. Ricochet asks if the attitude looked good on him. Hurt Syndicate come out. Ricochet tries to kiss up to them, but then Lashley grabs him by the face and says, nobody likes a kiss ass. This just looks like Ricochet's been absolutely fucking buried. And you know what, guys? Honestly, I don't care. If you want to bury Ricochet, then go ahead. You know what I mean? But it just feels weird that they are burying him. We then got the beginning of the match, Shelton Benjamin against the Beast. More toss is what it is. Yeah, puts Benjamin onto 6 points. Few dodgy spots in there, but none more dodgy than the next match, right? The next match, holy shit. Darby Allin against Will Ospreay, right? See the odd time? I record it, not the odd time. I record it, I think it was either Collision quarters or SmackDown quarters during like the Pip ads. But then it came back, right? Darby Allin against Will Ospreay. Darby Allin, I'm not even exaggerating here. He nearly died. Literally nearly died. You know, they did a Styles Clash to the outside that, for the most part, was actually probably the safest move they did in the match. Darby Allin did the coffin drop off the top rope, man, and I mean, he landed neck first. Like, back of his head, neck, spinal cord, right on the apron, and he wasn't moving. And there was nothing to protect his landing, man. And we know that's it's the least padded area of the ring. I do not, on this guy, I don't even know what age Darby Allin is, man, but Jesus Christ. It's like, see when Foley would do these ridiculous stunts, man, we're remembering them 26 years later. You know what I mean? 20 years later, 24 years later, whatever stunt we want to talk about. But see this guy, I just do not understand it. No one's going to remember this. See come tomorrow, or the next day, or this time next week, Darby Allin nearly dying 4 times in one match is going to become irrelevant. He kicks out a lot of moves for Will Ospreay, and then he actually beats Will Ospreay. So, yeah, this puts a lot of them on 6 points. But that kind of just proves my point, doesn't it? Where it's like, with Kyle Fletcher, and it showed you Kyle Fletcher, by the way, getting beat by Mark Briscoe. It just gets to points here where Tony Khan will want certain guys to not get too far ahead. Like, he'll, for like 4 weeks, he'll just book guys to win, then realise, oh fuck, I need this to be closer, which means my over guys need to lose. And you're actually having Ospreay losing clean to Darby Allin, which I think is the worst decision. But fucking Kyle Fletcher, who's been beating everybody, is losing clean to Mark Briscoe. That's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Maybe not ever, but then we get our main event, the 3-on-3 match. You know, Cassidy, White, and Hangman Page against the Death Riders. Oh, the face team can't work together. You know, we had promos throughout the night. We can't work together. Well, they couldn't really work together here either because they lost. Orange Cassidy gets rolled up by Moxley because the other two were arguing in the ring. And that's pretty much how the show goes off the air, guys. Honestly, this show is just pish. Not really many good things to say about it. I just hate most of the guys that are wrestling, their styles. I mean, Darby Allin, man. I mean, this guy revealed in an interview that Sting phoned him up and like talked him out of climbing Mount Everest. See, unless he's planning to take off and drop off of Mount Everest, climbing Mount Everest would be safer than any match he's ever worked in his puff. So honestly, do not understand where that talks came from. But a main event, yo, say you are about AEW, like seeing you actually look at their top guys in their company, like you're getting big matches on paper here. You're getting the three guys in the main event taking on the world champions faction. You're getting these Continental Classic guys, because with some of their upper mid carders. You're getting Mercedes Moné defending her TBS championship. But you know what the problem is? You know what the underlying problem is? No one gives a fuck. Alright? You know what I mean? It's just tragic. How many times do Death Riders need to end these shows? How many times do we need to see flippy, dippy, unsafe wrestling before we go, you know what, this ain't working? This rating will be shit. Just like every other rating. There are no more rolls of the dice. Tony Khan can turn around and say, well, January 1st, new era. January 1st, same old shite. Right? Nothing's going to change. It's pish. Deal with it. Holiday Bash is Holiday Gash. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. And that is it. Dynamite shit. Alright? Leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, peace.